Why are you yelling at me?
When the lights go up and the game is on, are you ready for me? 'Cause I'm ready for you. When the bell rings out and the fight is on, are you ready for me? 'Cause I'm ready for you. When the lights go up and the game is on, are you ready for me? 'Cause I'm ready for you. When the bell rings out and the fight is on, are you ready for me? 'Cause I'm ready for you. It's time for us to start throwing down. Take a look and see who's standing now. It's time for us to start falling down. Look and see who's standing now. Didn't even know that you and I were cross until a sneak attack from the weak side. Unaware that we were in a fight. I guess that's part of the problem. But guess what? When the lights go up and the game is on, are you ready for me? 'Cause I'm ready for you. When the bell rings out and the fight is on, are you ready for me? 'Cause I'm ready for you. It's time for us to start throwing down. Just look and see who's standing now. It's time for us to start throwing down. Look and see who's standing now. Say what you wanna say about me. Throw what points you wanna throw at me. But when you mess with those that are around me, that's when you and I will have a problem. When the lights go up and the game is on, are you ready for me? 'Cause I'm ready for you. When the bell rings out and the fight is on, are you ready for me? 'Cause I'm ready for you. It's time for us to start throwing down. Just look and see who's standing now. It's time for us to start throwing down. Look and see who's standing now.
I'm not afraid of loving my enemies, turning the other cheek, blessing those who would curse me. I honestly want peace with you. When you come against my country, when you come against my family, you try to destroy my people, and I can't just stand by. There's no way that I can stand by. This time I will not stand by. I am coming, and if I come, then pain is coming with me. Oh, I'm coming and pain will be with me. When the bell rings out, this fight is on. Are you ready for me? 'Cause I'm ready for you. It's time for us to start throwing down. Just look and see who's standing now. It's time for us to start throwing down. Wow, look and see who's standing now. Look and see who's standing now. Look and see who's standing now. Look and see who's standing now.
The SplatterTribe show on No Budget Radio. Episode number 6. That was we started out with Disciple and their song Game On, and I just heard that song recently for the first time. It's an older song, but I've said this, music ages well. You don't have to have brand new music for me to play on here. It can just be, if it's new to me, it's new. And that was Disciple, like I said, with Game On. We've got guests in the studio. I've got guests in the basement, the SplatterTribe basement. I've got, first, Mr. Mike Siegel's in here. We don't have enough mics to go around, but we got the extra. He's his own mic.
We got 4 mics here, man.
Yeah, there is. What the hell? All right, we've got Kissing Aphrodite in here for the first time that Michael's been on my show before.
Oh yeah, individually and Rust and Bones. So yeah, a couple of times.
I'm gonna adjust some audio here because I've got more people than I do equipment, so I gotta adjust it. Everybody, introduce yourselves. Go around the room. It's easier for everybody to tell who the hell's here.
I'm Mike Siegel.
Boom.
Mike Moody, drummer, Kissing Aphrodite.
That's the cooler Mike.
Jamie Lace, the lead singer of Kissing Aphrodite.
Chad Kern, roadie for Kissing Aphrodite.
Well, Mike, you're roadie too, right? So anyway, we've got Kissing Aphrodite. This is pretty cool. Thank you all for coming down.
Thank you for having us. This is awesome.
And this is episode 6. So I'm glad to get you. I didn't get to get you all on my last show. So
yeah.
So anything exciting been going on with you all? I know there's nothing going on, right? Is that the answer?
Ooh, yeah. We're doing a lot of recording for our first album.
You are recording.
Yeah.
So how is the recording going? What's the situation with that?
Probably 3/4 of the way done. We're doing a lot of it remotely, so where we got together, got the drums, the bass player and the guitar player are sending me stuff via email, so kind of putting that together, and it's going well. So we've got I want to say 8 that are all the way finished, and we've got 4 that are 80% done, and another 6 to go. So it's the most creative band I've ever been in.
Where is this recording taking place?
My father has a warehouse. It's so I've
That's
recorded.
where you do a lot of your recording.
Yeah, I do a lot of the like guitars and loud things, and then we layer it back at my house because you've been to my house, and I recorded you and Abby once upon a time.
And you had it set up in there, but
as long as you're not scared of reptiles.
I think there was what was it?
A tegu.
Tegu lizard. Tell them all about that because you've been in.
Oh yeah, in between recordings, I'm all like sneaking touches in. It's fine.
It was entertaining. I mean, you're like recording there. You're in a room by yourself, and like what's you and that lizard?
And the cage is so massive. It's like the Bugs Bunny Acme. Danger. I build it out by hand.
I need to bring the damn turtle tank down here, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
I totally need the turtle tank right here. But anyway, so all right, I'm just gonna start from the start. How in the hell did Kissing Aphrodite get together?
There's a lot of jokes that Mike Moody likes to tell. He really did have to drag me into the band. I was very reluctant. Like, literally, I was just very hesitant.
Like, about your collar and come on.
Pretty much.
Played together.
Me and Mike Moody had played together just for a small stint, but we've been friends for years, and same with me and Steven. And, I've had so many great experiences with bands, but then it just kind of fizzled out. Or nobody really wanted to practice regularly, and I'm very OCD when it comes to music and also artwork. So my drive for it is immense. And I just didn't want to put my heart and soul into something, especially not originals, if people weren't going to also be right there with me.
No, I get you there,
And he was like, just come check us out. You have to do this. Like, you're my first pick, and I really want you to do this. And I was like,
so you all was already doing it.
A little,
and then, you was looking for a vocalist.
Yeah, well, it didn't last long. We were, because Rust and Bones kind of we had some issues, and
good band though.
I mean, and I love all those guys. As a matter of fact, me and Steven are still playing together. He's part of that. But when something happened with that, we were together. We had another band with 2 really good friends, and they were in other bands that were very successful, very good, and they just it was always an issue getting practice together. And one day I looked at Steven, I was like, I want to play once a week, and he did too. And then I reached out, and I'd known Christian from another band he was in, and so we recruited him. We got together and jammed one time, and I just with the riffs that he had, my first thought was like, Jamie, this is you.
So you kind of felt that she would be perfect.
Was
you thinking that before you even heard him play though? Was you wanting her to sing anyway?
I kept an open mind. I kept an open mind.
Yeah, wait, answer the question, Mike.
Well, nice. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
I
like this.
I kept an open mind like the first time we got together, but when I heard the what he was doing riff wise, and he's just an amazing guitar player. I said, I know who's going to, and she was the first and only choice. I said, Jamie, get your ass over here, and I don't know if I'm.
All right, from the original question, how long did it take to get her to do it?
2 weeks, and it was
a lot of things that I have huge commitments to in my life took 2 weeks. I do. I have to mull it over, and
I get it.
But I'm a very all or nothing person, and I feel like anybody who knows me would say that once I'm into something, it's 100%.
So you hesitant at first to make sure it's what you want to dive into.
I think there's a video even of it because I think my wife was live streaming, and just she listened to us play, and we had 3 or 4 just songs that just didn't really have a direction.
Yeah.
And she was just
So you
in
had
the background.
completed songs.
No, almost. I mean,
But
there
no
were
vocals.
no vocals, and she just started humming. I mean, that first practice, and we had one song, and it came together just so
In 5
fast.
minutes.
Yeah,
See, that's the stuff that fascinates me. Is like she comes in and she's like, and then all of a sudden she takes it in a whole new direction.
It's kind of really interesting because Christian is unlike any other guitar player I've ever jammed with or worked with or collaborated with. He's very put together. So it's like we have a very similar mindset when it comes to music. Like, well, here's my idea. Okay. But it's not like a snippet of information. It's like, here's my idea and it's 3 minutes and 30 seconds long and this is exactly how I want it to sound. And it's like, oh, so basically here's the background song,
all right.
And it's great because when I sit down and I write lyrics, it's not just a sentence or two, it's like a whole song. And so I had come
That's
with
awesome.
I had come with plenty of original songs.
Yeah.
And he's just like doing this melody, and I was like, all right, well, let me just try this. And then in 5 minutes, we had Green Eyes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was just like that. And I looked at them, and they kind of looked at me, and it was just kind of like, okay, so you're in the band, right? Like, you're coming back again, right?
It's on after that. Well,
And I feel bad because I know for the first 3-4 months I was like, Jamie, don't be flighty on us. Don't.
He was really
I was like, are you showing up? Are you? Like I was, and then like I think after 6 months I was like, yeah, you're just here. You're not going anywhere.
Thing to see them, to witness them like rehearse together.
do I now?
It's a very impressive thing to watch them kind of like put a song together.
Yeah,
It's just they're all independently in their own little world for a minute. But it's like, it makes sense. It sounds good. And you're like, nobody's really looking at each other. They're just kind of figuring it out. And then that one person follows the lead and they all kind of come together. Yeah. And they all start looking and it just becomes a song. And you're like, well, damn. Like,
that's the beauty.
Nobody said a word and they're all just playing but still communicating. It's kind of impressive.
And I'll tell you, like, I had no idea what to expect when I saw y'all play the first time. You was coming out of Rust and Bones. I'd never heard you sing or do anything. And it just, it makes perfect sense to me when I saw y'all play.
I remember after because we played that show together. I think the first time you did see us, or and it really it felt as I love you like a brother. And when you because it, like you say, it was just such a blues band improv, and this is the exact opposite. It's indie. I wouldn't say indie pop, but it's very put together with a format. And with Rust and Bones, it was just it was structured chaos, which is beautiful, but it just everybody had freedom, and so
when Bones is more of like a jam.
And so when you saw it, when I was describing it, when you saw us, one thing you always stick out to me, you said, "I get it now, Moody. I get it."
And I told you, because I did. Like, I was like, it clicked. Yeah. It's like, I get it, and to me, it was the most original thing. It was very. The combination of you all, what you all do, is a very original thing.
Thanks. We get compared to like 90s music a lot, which I love. I love 90s music. But, there's no ego. Like, nobody comes into band practice or recording and it's like, well, actually, I can't hear.
See, that's
it's
not
like
the rumors I've heard about Michael Moody.
Oh,
I heard he is an asshole.
I will leave that one alone.
No,
I guess it depends who you ask. But
no, I'm joking. Listen, I'm going to play the first song that was sent to me, and I don't know where this song comes into play in your all's history, but Geek was the first song that I got.
It was the first one we released. Yeah, really? Geek. Yeah.
I actually got the Green Eyes.
Green Eyes, but it was the second one we wrote.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first one I got. We're going to play it right now, and then I'm going to play a couple other songs. I don't know what. We're going to figure it out while I'm going. But we'll talk about Geek here when we get back. No, let's talk about now. What is this?
Oh man!
Might as well set it up.
No, so I just thought, everybody.
Don't name drop.
I'm not gonna.
I promise you, if you do, I'll beep it. No.
Okay, go. No,
I
One thing I love is all the symbolism that's in all of your music.
Oh no!
Every single song they have, there's like a hidden meaning, or there's like something in it. It's like inside jokes, like so much undercover stuff. That, unless you were there, you would never get it. But it's like it means a lot to them, which then means they put their heart soul into it because when they sing it, because they're like remembering all these memories, and then people relate to that.
For somebody that say somebody's listening, they have no idea who you are.
Yeah.
How do you just tell them how this song came about?
This song came about because I feel like what's important to most people on a superficial level just means nothing to me. You know, I don't care if you show up in a hot car or you're putting 20s on the bar trying to buy people. It's like, I want that connection, and I'm a total Star Trek nerd. Like, I'm such a geek, and, you know, I'm like an artist and stuff. So I fantasized about the kind of person I would like to be with. And I just thought it was so cute to be like, you know, I'm thinking geek. You know, because it's like I didn't really have one, but I'm thinking about it.
I got you.
know?
I got you. No, that's cool. That's cool. That's a
Yeah.
explanation.
Yeah. But but he can keep a conversation, right? But he's gonna like the same movies you like, and he's gonna be like the cool guy for real qualities.
Because you think of yourself as a geek, so you're like a geek with like me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No,
like,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Absolutely.
I have this signature right here is from someone who actually plays in Star Trek.
What?
Like, this is one of the characters. Yeah, her name's Terry Farrell.
What did she do?
I know. I was at GalaxyCon.
That's cool. I mean, I've honestly thought about like some of the heroes that I meet doing stuff like that, or different people like tattooing the.
Go ahead and tell that story. Tell
God. Oh no, God. We went to GalaxyCon, and it was like you would think that I was meeting.
What did you tell yourself before you went?
I said, whatever you do not tell her you're her biggest fan. I said, don't be that person.
What was the first thing you did?
I was just like, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. I promised myself I wasn't going to say that, but I swear to God, I'm your biggest fan, like tears in my eyes and everything. She's like, no, really, like, I do understand. And she's so cool. I mean, she's beautiful and relaxed.
Now, did you tell her what was going to happen?
Well, I said, hey, you know, do you mind signing like these pictures or whatever? She said, oh, of course, you know, and I was like, well, what about like my shoulder? And she's like, wait, what? And I said, well, I'm a tattoo artist and so is my best friend, and it'd really mean a lot to me if I could get your signature tattooed. And she's notorious for having like spots like in the show. Yeah, she's like this really cool ancient being, and she's called a Trill, and she has all these spots and everything. And so people have gone out and tattooed these spots down them. Yeah. And she's like, wait, you want my actual signature? Yeah. She's like, you want my signature, not the spots? I was like, yeah, it would just mean so much more, because I've watched this in some difficult parts of my life, and it would just mean a lot to me to kind of like look down. And she was so nervous. Like, she was shaking and stuff. And I was like, I can't believe I'm making you nervous. Like, I was like, it was very cool.
And she knew you was going to tattoo. Who tattooed you?
My best friend, Glow, who I'm starting the tattoo shop with. Cool, Glow Parker. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Let's do Kissing Aphrodite Geek, and then we're gonna play some more music and talk about music and pretty much all that stuff. So don't go anywhere. It's SplatterTribe show on No Budget Radio.
You drive a real hot car and flash your credit card, stack mail 20s out right down on the bar, but you still couldn't handle a girl like me. You try to put me to the test, see what I'll do next. You bang all your groupies, 'cause hey, you're the best. But baby, I'm unlike the rest. Now you're coming on strong and you want what you want. Gotta stop you right there, 'cause it wouldn't be fair. Last thing I need is a two-night love affair. Ooh, I want someone else who can just be himself. Glassy mystery, I'm feeling chemistry. He gets every door and he loves Star Wars. Ooh, I want something more. Who thought the guy next door? Glassy mystery, I'm feeling chemistry. Only has eyes for me. I'm thinking geek. You really chase the spotlight till it burns too bright. Lay the lines on thick, but you fight or flight. And what you still don't see is I like the geek. Now you're coming on strong and you want what you want. Gotta stop you buried treasure can you find? Sinking in your skin, I want to dive in. More toxic than cyanide. You pull me out, baby, take me down. You're my riptide, my riptide. I try to cool off in the water, but it just kept getting hotter. The waves crash all around me. Wearing next to nothing, I'm out to sea. Sinking in your skin, I want to dive in. More toxic than cyanide. You pull me out, baby, take me down. You're my riptide, my riptide. Walking on the beach, you're just within reach. You're some electric current, got me wishing you weren't. Cause I'm drowning in your touch. You've got me in your clutch, soaking wet in quicksand. I know this is your plan. You've got me out to sea. You've got such a hold on me. You're pushing far past deep, and you're one secret I just won't keep. I could get so lost in your eyes, painted pastel paradise. Bring your body closer to mine. What buried treasure can you find? Sinking in your skin, I want to dive in. More toxic than cyanide. You pull me out, baby, take me down. You're my riptide, my riptide. Baby, my riptide. Ooh. You got me out to
SplatterTribe, or the SplatterTribe show. I hate when I turn that, it's an echo. Nobody hears it but me, and everybody thinks I'm losing my mind. But anyway, that was SplatterTribe show on No Budget Radio. That was Someday Soon, Hunt Your Heart. That was my homie Hippie Head, which just had a birthday this week. Happy birthday, Hippie Head. Just had a birthday this week. We were going to have a Hippie Head birthday show at Bourbon Barrel Tavern, and obviously that shit didn't happen. So, but it would have been awesome if it did. And so, happy birthday, Hippie Head. Before that, I played some World Planet and their song Gallows. And before that, I played 2 songs in a row from my guest tonight, Kissing Aphrodite. Now, we talked a little bit about Geek before. That was the first song I played. Second song was Riptide. So, I need to know some stories about Riptide.
Okay, well, and so I take the mic. Yeah. I feel like the lights dimmed, you know. It's just a fun fantasy song. It reminds me of being in Florida, and you know when you meet someone, you're just so intoxicated by them. Exactly, intoxicated. See, it was almost like you did that on purpose.
Yeah, this place is haunted.
Yeah.
All right, now go ahead.
No, but you know that feeling of like when you're just so all about someone, especially when you first meet, and it's just intoxicating, and it's like being sucked out to a riptide, and you're just like, okay, I'm down with this. I got this.
Okay, now listen. Is this a song that maybe you all had already been working on beforehand, or what changed? Here's the question. Now, you all had some music down, and then you got her involved, and I'm sure when she come in with lyrics, it changed things.
Not a little bit. I mean, she's always been so her ability to bend, and Christian's to write. I mean, it's so weird for me to have been in bands for the last 10 years, and us, you know, and get an EP in a year. And in our year together, I mean, there's 15, 16 songs. I mean, it's just incredible. Yeah. And credit to, you know, because Jamie's never once said, "Hey, I need help writing lyrics," or "Hey, you know," I mean, she brings it. So I mean, there's so many people that really suffer from, hey, writer's block, and we all got to get together and write as a band, and you know, and that just has not been the case. I mean, knock on wood, but it just, you know, and me and Steven are just, you know, we've been the, you know, the whole, we've been the rhythm section for so long. I mean, I've been playing with, I mean, we're musically married. We've been together so long, and you know, and it just, you know, I can't imagine playing with anybody else. But me and him look at each other a lot, and Jamie and Christian, and just like, wow, they created something new again. It's that good. And you know, there's not a song that I play that I go, wow, this kind of sucks. I'll be glad when this 4 minutes is over. It's been fun. It's just all of us, you know, there's not any problems with drinking or drugs, or it's just, we come in, it's business like, we have a good time, we smile. But as far as that goes, no, it kind of, you know, the music piece was written down, and I think Jamie was in Florida, and literally, you know, she came back and said, "Hey, I got lyrics," and you know, it was like, holy. Every time I always tease her, you know, she goes down to Florida, you know, about every 2 or 3 months, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, guys, I'll be
every 2 or 3 weeks."
Oh well,
not lately.
But yeah, not lately. But you know, I always laugh, like, when she comes back, this bitch is going to have, you know, 2 or 3 songs written, and she does, you know, and it's amazing. So
yeah.
Now, do you get the music and then you specifically start writing for the music, or you already got stuff?
It's both. Like, me and Christian are really good at communicating, and he'll just like email me the song he's working on, and it's like, okay, well, here you go. Send it right back, you know, like, here you go. Most of the time he'll send it to me. I'll work on it for that, like, 6 days in between, and then I'll just come to band practice with something. But there have been a few times where I've just had like written a song, you know, like shower singing, like who doesn't do that? But I'll put on instrumental beats like on YouTube just to kind of give me a melody to sort of write to, and I'll come up with a song or 2 or 4 or whatever. Depends on what I'm going through or who I'm breaking up with, you know what I mean?
The whole verse on the way to practice. In the G.
Have you had like lyrics that you already had and then you just blended it with the song?
That was the hardest. That was
hard. I mean,
that was a milestone because I was really nervous to bring it to the guys, but especially Christian, because he's so good at coming up with the music. I mean, he is so good at coming up with these guitar riffs, and I'm just great at writing to those, and I came up with, it was Falter, and
y'all keep talking about songs I'm not playing tonight.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry, but and it starts off a cappella actually for that reason, because I just, it was.
Do you sing a cappella with her?
And it just because it helps. I had this melody in my head, and there was no way that this song was going to go to any other melody. So that song, I feel like more than others, really follows the vocals. It goes from like blues to. We wrote that in 5 minutes.
The music part, like legit. She came in with these lyrics, and she came in with these lyrics, and you know, we heard like the first, you know, it was, I was like, well, keep it a cappella, and we're going to, you know, it's like, are you sure? I was like, yes.
She's like, keep it a cappella the whole song.
Well, yeah.
I don't even want to play right now.
She has got such a powerful voice anyway. I mean, it just, you know, you know, Jamie is a whole package. She you know, she's intelligent. She sings. She's a great front person. So the lyrics are right. I mean, it's an honor to play. But it was just that one time. And it wasn't just that one time. But she came in with these, and then Kristen just, you know, we kind of joke sometimes because, you know, some of the things that aren't being said. He hates to play a lead. We have to force him to play like a big lead, and he is such a jammer. I mean, you know, like he literally could, you know, he could set things on fire, but he's like all about the song and the melody and what he's, you know,
cool.
and so
unusual for a guy that can play lead.
Oh man, and he can, you know, and so, you know, she started singing these. He came up with it. I played, and Steven jumped in, and in 5 minutes we had this song, and it's the one we end on. I mean, I still don't have it recorded, unfortunately, but that will change.
Every show we do, we always end with that song, and it's always a little nerve-wracking, and I don't know why it is, but it always takes me back to that first band practice where we went in and I was like, got this piece of paper, and I'm like, okay, well, here's this melody, you know, this random, like, and Christian loved it. I mean, and so did Steven and Mike, and they just, you know, they loved it. But so here you go, and let's say you've played like 11 songs for that show, and you go to play your final song, and you're expecting like this huge, you know, in-your-face rock song, and it starts off a cappella. Now it ends heavy, and it's a great closing song, but to start your last song a cappella, you almost have to kind of make sure everyone's like calm enough to start that. And what ultimately happens is they're not, because they're hyped up, and then they hear someone singing a cappella, and it gets really quiet. So it's like this added pressure of like, oh man, like
once you start singing a cappella, especially like your last song,
and
because everybody expects you to come out, you know what I'm saying? And
well, one of the last times we played at Brewski's, there was this lady who just was like insanely drunk, okay, and she wasn't really dancing. I feel like there's not like an appropriate it was very interpretive dancing, but it was like
she was
I mean, she was like all about it, and I mean, I love dancers. They hype me up. If I look out and I see someone dancing, it's just like, yes, you know, we're getting to people. I love it. So we start this song a cappella, and I'm like, you know, keep your composure, and she's on hands and knees, like right in front, and it's like very slow a cappella, and she's just like grinding the floor, and I'm like, oh my god, like, and I turned around to Mike, and I was like, I'm gonna lose it, man. I'm just gonna lose it.
Did it mess you up at all, though?
Oh, totally. But I mean, like, because I was cracking up the whole time, and then once, you know, the chorus hit, I was fine, but I did not think I was gonna make it through, and so now every time we play it, it's just, you know, I see this.
You handled that a lot better than you did the chord when I told you not to run away with it, you know.
I'll tell you a funny story. I was playing one time at a bowling alley, and I was playing acoustic by myself, and I had a lot of people there. It was friends and whatnot playing, and I played my most serious song. I get up there and I'm like going through it. This dude like walks out because he refused to buy beer inside, and he was going out to the car. We had an ice storm or a snowstorm, but anyway, I'm playing the most serious song, and Mike walks out, and I saw him start slipping like right 3 foot from me outside of the bowling alley. I always remember. And he fell or whatnot. He slid, and that was kind of that experience. Yeah. He wasn't doing it because of what I was playing, but at the corner of my eyes, I was seeing him. He looked like
arm flailing.
He looked like one of those little things that's got the air that blows up. The guys are standing in front of like the cash shop, the balloons.
Oh man, and I can't unsee it. And so now every time, you know, we'll be on stage, it'll be this very serious setting, and I'm just like, I see this girl like getting it, like.
But now you got the video for that.
Right.
Out, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
It's gonna start with that.
So what's? So all right, let's talk about the recording. one more time. How far are you on this, and when do you think? I mean, with everything going on right now, we've got nothing else to do in this world. But musicians have nothing else to do but write and record, and that's about it. We just don't, So in a weird way, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
In a weird way, that it's given time for people to do that. Now, are you all did it advance? What's going? Do you think that you're gonna
recording wise? Yeah.
Yeah, recording wise.
Somewhat, yeah. And we, one member has some health concerns, so we haven't really got together to practice or anything, unfortunately. And so, totally understand it's not anybody's bitter or mad. But that's totally the recording as far as being able to do it satellite or hey, you're sending me files and I'm putting it together. That's worked out really great. We're gonna have to get together to finish these last couple off. And before all this, this pandemic happened. I was always, me, I promote shows. I do, I record. I was in the middle of recording a metal artist.
Doing shows at Brewski's.
Right. And good shows. And I've enjoyed those and they've turned out well. And, then I had another metal artist I was in the middle of recording. So it was always like a juggling act for me between, I always committed to practicing 1 day a week with these guys. And but this all hit and now I'm just, coming home practicing on my practice kit, and it's just kind of at a standstill. So hopefully we'll get these done, at least. And we're kind of in the middle of, we want to do a whole album and 2 EPs, do one and almost had, so we're still at the decision-making thing. But
I got a question.
Okay.
How do you all decide when you send me a song, who makes the decision that song is done, and how do you all get to that decision? How do you not overanalyze yourselves when you're recording?
We definitely overanalyze ourselves.
Turn the mic over.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So okay.
I don't even. If it was visual, you'd already know.
Yeah.
OCD.
I am very OCD. Yeah, it's true. I definitely. We all have a really good ability to come together, and we talk almost every day, on our messenger or group chat.
Group chat, it's
nonstop.
Yeah.
So we do have really good communication, and ultimately what everybody waits on is they go ahead and get the music part of it done, the instruments, and then once my vocals are on it, I'm crazy about it, but once those are done, that's usually it.
How do you stop? You know that you're not going to do any better. That's what you want.
I never feel like that.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's an intriguing thing, when somebody's recording on how they actually are this song is done.
Yeah, I definitely turn to people that I love and trust, and I'm just like, hey, what do you think? And here are my problems with the song, and what do you really think about that? Obviously, Mike, Chad, the band, close friends who've seen the band start from where it was, not just anybody. Because anybody is objectively going to be like,
somebody
oh, it's good.
Opinion
really means something, because maybe it could be better if we recorded another 100 times, but there's also this raw and realness that you get from just doing it.
Exactly. It is. You can't overanalyze it before you know it. It sounds so whitewashed and overproduced.
Well, and that was with and I've always said that my recording style has always been, it's if you want to click track, cool, but I don't do that. I do edit some things.
You can obviously tell that from when he recorded me, by the way. I did not use click track.
No, whatever. You guys, you all sounded great. It just, and I always wanted that live, real feeling. And I've always said, hey, if you want pop music or whatnot, don't come to me as a recording engineer. Yeah. So the funny thing is Christian is just as talented, if not better, than I am. He's just at recording, and he was in a band called, I think it was the Foxtones. Yeah, and they were amazing. And that's, we'd met each other through the Eastwood recording deal, where we were signed to that. And he ended up doing all of theirs, and it was amazing. But I knew he drove himself nuts. He was one of those that he was such a perfectionist, and he's heard what I do, and he's I was like, man, if you want to do a song, if you want to do two, we'll split them, whatever you guys think. And he's kind of giving it to me, but it's still been I always, when we present something, sometimes I always say, hey, in the 5-6 years I've been recording, people, I think the drums could come up, or this could, you do realize it's a group effort. Yeah, so when everybody gets together, right, it's not, I'm not the the final line guy. There is a group conversation. I will say, hey, if this is this bad, I don't want my name attached to it. But as a whole, it is. And with this band, it's just been I know I drive myself nuts, but then at the end of the day too, it's like, hey, it's not going to get that much better, or it's we need to get it out.
This is
so
as good as it gets. We nailed it.
You're all comfortable enough with each other to kind of like be real with each other. Like nobody's really afraid to like speak up and say this is different or like I don't like this or
that's
that.
cool because sometimes in bands people get pissed.
No, yeah, and again, there really
like
hasn't
that.
ever been like an ego or a clash of those, and I think
once again I've heard about that Michael movie.
Right. No, I think and something that happens a lot when I'm in the recording studio at Mike's is it's just like, all right, I'm going to do a take. Okay, I'm going to do another take. And then we'll take 3 of the takes and we'll put them up. And before it even starts, the vocal patterns are like almost identical. And Mike's like, I don't know how you do this every time. And I'm thinking to myself, I went in there like, I'm doing it different.
That you had it.
But yeah, there's just, and so at some point you just have to
absolutely, like
it's like a live performance. You play the same song.
One of her requests, and it's we're in the position to be able to do that, is that she gets the music without any lyrics, so I can bounce it down, and she can sing and practice to it at home or in her car or in the shower, and so when she comes over to my place and she does it, and it's 4 or 5 takes that are the exact same, I'm like, Jamie, fantastic job, first of all. But I'm editing the same thing. I mean, we know you screwed up here, but for 9 times out of 10, this is so you've got to remove. I think from time to time, we'll one of us might pull the producer thing and say, hey, why don't you try to growl this out or do acapella? I suggested the acapella once, and I think on Come Home, I think there was like because. What's your hero? I said you need to do. So you need to Janis Joplin this intro part, and she did. And that's
I get that. Totally get that.
You all admitted it, and I noticed it. It's like you all are a very live band. Like it's something about a live show with them. Because I've heard them in practice, I've heard them in recordings.
No, for real.
And it's like
honestly,
you're live.
I gained a major appreciation seeing y'all live. I did. I just think I got it. It's just like I said, and I still say the same exact thing.
There's an energy that just happens when they're live that you just don't get otherwise, and it's not like it makes it a worse situation. It's just like you get so much more from it live than you would any other time.
And y'all are like different characters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
we're all very different.
And
it sounds corny, but like we really love each other, man. Like talk about hippie vibes, right? But like we really do. We really care about each other. We always check in with each other. We're all like we've gone through some family stuff, and we've all. It just makes a huge difference when you really care about who you're with. So
no, that's cool. I really think that it's cool what y'all got.
Thanks.
All right, what we're gonna do right now, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna play one more song, but. On No Budget Radio on Live 365, we got to do 2-minute commercials every hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a song, and I'm going to knock out those commercials for this hour. So you're going to get 4 minutes of commercials. It's a good time for a bathroom break. It's a good time to go get you a beer. It's a good time, whatever you need to do. But you have to come back because I've got Kissing Aphrodite in here.
Woo!
Mike Siegel's still in here. Yeah, he's going to be streaming shots in here in a minute. I know it.
Is it fun or is it true? With Mike Siegel.
So I'm going to play some Poor Man's Blues and their song Falling From Nowhere, and then we're going to do 4 minutes of commercials. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to SplatterTribe show on No Budget Radio, and we still got a long ways to go.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, and they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopRex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
She's leaving town early tomorrow. Won't be around, she's going down south. Can't control a girl like that. She'll have you paralyzed on your back. Ooh, and you wanna get to know her. You think that you can show her, but she is pure pleasure. So come on and get a little closer. Careful, boy, it's now or never. A ticking time bomb about to go off. You know you don't want her to stop. Ruby, rock me, Ruby.
the SplatterTribe show on No Budget Radio, and episode number 6. I'm sitting here. I've got Mr. Michael Siegel. Yes, sir. Mike Siegel. There's Michael. Now, what? How do you all choose? How's the Mikes choose if you want to go by Mike or Michael? By the way.
Well, my legal name is Michael. My wife calls me Mike. It drives me insane. I like Michael. I think it sounds more sophisticated.
Because Mike sounds horrible, right?
But yeah, honestly, everybody calls me Moody, so it's just Moody. It just doesn't fucking matter. So it's just, hey, Moody, come over here. So
Mike, what about you?
I just always chose Mike. It's easier to say.
You can't stand the whole Michael thing.
I can't stand it, man.
Nah,
I can't stand it.
Too sophisticated.
My name's Chad, everybody calls me Chadwick, so it's like
what?
Chadwick?
Chadwick. That's very professional sounding.
But my nickname is Chaos, so go figure.
Well, it starts with a C. There's some sort of.
It starts with a K.
Oh, it starts with a K. Never mind. See, I thought I was going to bestow some wisdom, but I'd have no wisdom to bestow. We played Kissing Aphrodite Ruby right before we started carrying on here, and the mics realized that they hated each other. But we're not, it's all good. It's all good. I'm Luie, so it's all good. Don't bother me. Tell me about Ruby.
All right. Well, Ruby's just Ruby, man. She's cool, and she's always going down south for something, I don't know. We
You mean Florida?
Right. Yes.
Florida?
That's
okay.
what that means. Yes.
I got you.
Oh, not the snowbird word. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of one of those, not necessarily based on anything, but it is relevant. Like my best friend, it's just definitely kind of describes her, but we went with Ruby because I have red hair. And
how did the song start? How did it get?
Well, I was in Florida.
It is about Florida.
Yeah. And I just, what it really was about Ruby is I wanted to write a song that was really sexy, but I wasn't quite ready to make it personal. So I wanted to write it about a girl named Ruby, and it's kind of like this alter ego.
Where did the name Ruby come from?
Actually, it's not sexy, but it came from my mom. That's not. So this is where it turns not attractive.
This song is going so many different directions.
Right now, yeah. No, but my mom, she loves the name Ruby, and she rescues a bunch of birds and stuff, and
very representative of a ruby because there's multiple facets in it.
Right. Oh, wow.
Say what? I couldn't hear you.
What was that?
You said on mic.
What was that?
I said it's representative of a ruby because there's so many different facets in a ruby. The light goes in multiple directions.
It's very metaphysical of you.
A ruby, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
very
yes,
deep.
yes,
Very
yes,
deep.
yes.
Yeah.
Now here's the deal. Like on that song, I do hear like a little 80s influence.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, we love the 80s. We wrote a song about the 80s.
But you said something earlier about that. I don't know if it was on air or off air about.
Yeah.
But that one, it's I don't know. It's got that cool. I don't know.
That Ruby Rock Me. Yeah.
There's a lot of 80s references.
There's a lot of 80s references. And
the
we.
one that will go unnamed is very like hair metal. So like,
oh yeah.
It goes
but yeah, Ruby is definitely something that when we play that song, it just seems like all the girls come out. It's like it's almost like they're like my time to shine. Anybody dancing, whether it's all fours on the ground or but yeah.
What's the weirdest? Was it Ruby? It wasn't Ruby.
That no.
What's the weirdest thing that's happened while he's playing Ruby? Anything?
No.
Besides my wife screaming, she hates that song.
Oh, and you're
my
God. Okay, I'll tell you one thing.
That's monumental.
Yeah, one thing that happened during Ruby was we played at billiards, and back at the time we played
the billiard show that I played at?
It might have been.
Yeah, and do you remember Travis was working the lights and the sound?
Yes.
And him and Mark.
Pool tables.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the weirdest thing to me.
The stage is a fucking pool table.
The stage is pool tables.
Yeah, but it's a huge venue. I want to say it's almost like 8,000 square feet. I mean, it's massive. So Travis, being one of my best friends, Travis Klein, and then Mark Madsen, who owns the bar, they're like, we're going all out for your band, okay? We're going to go to our warehouse, and we're going to get all the lights, like the lights we put up for the Nationals, and like
5 more pool tables.
Right, like 5 more pool tables, like all the pool tables. So here we are, we're up there, and I was like, I like to like look different, so I had on a wig that night. It was like way past my ass. I mean, just like all this hair, and I just had this crazy outfit on, and we're playing, and like because of all these ridiculous amounts of lights, the AC wasn't working.
Yeah, it was
hot. It was like 100 and something degrees up there. And so
Not only that, I played outside all day and it was hot.
Right.
Too.
So you were kind of burnt, yeah.
But it was hot. It really was.
And
it
so
was
we're up there and like this wig is like sticking to my arm. So I ended up having like this Batman cape of like hair. You know what I mean? And so I'd reach and it was just like hair from like from my wrist to my thigh.
Wait a minute, you didn't have that planned?
No, that was not part of the show. And so his wife kept going, your singer's hot. And I'm like playing Ruby and I'm like, Jennifer, like, everyone just thinks you're talking about a different kind of hot. I'm like up here like, like I'm so hot. Like I'm so hot. Yeah. It gave me acid reflux. She's a nurse and she went out to the fucking car to get Tums and she brings them back in a biohazard bag. And it freaked me out because I'm a germaphobe.
Somebody passed out. Who was it?
Yeah, the other band that was supposed to play after. Yeah.
It was so hot that
yeah, they couldn't play after us, so that we had to do more songs and more
so
sticky wig.
Because they were going to close the night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how hot it was.
Yeah.
But it's still cool, man.
It was
just not temperature wise.
I remember this the only time. There's like a picture of me like where I got my arm up and like there's this big sweat arm on my guitar and I've never seen it, like my whole arm. Like when I raised up the sweat, that you can see like see like the plum right here.
Yeah. Mike has a joke since then. He's like, "You never go full wig, never go full wig anymore." Yeah. So
that was that was a hot
that was
show. So
It was a good show.
But that's
So all right, what right now? Can y'all name every song that you got that you're recording?
Yeah.
Do it.
Name them off.
Name them all right now.
Green Eyes,
1,
Geek.
2.
One-liner. Hopeless Heartache.
Sirens Call.
Sirens Call. 80s Baby.
6.
Falter.
7.
Oh no, never again. Great. How does this work?
It's the microphone.
Yeah, it is the microphone spot. Look. Wait, hold on.
I can't rewind.
Oh, that's part of the lyrics in 80s.
At all.
That we're recording or that it's on the album?
Y'all just don't be trying to change stuff.
Had to be you.
Had to be. It says 9.
Ruby.
See, now I don't know if y'all have named them all. Mike, keep up. That's 10. They might be trying to rename.
Oh, Mr. Mysterious.
It's 11.
Right.
Chaos.
12.
We have 2 more that we're definitely leaving out. We got Sirens Call. Did we do Never Again and Geek?
I don't know. Y'all can lie to me right now, and I'm gonna believe it.
Then we definitely already said that.
The fact that we're losing count, we can't keep up. It says a lot.
I mean, it is crazy. I mean, randomly, Chris will be like, "Hey, I got this," and it'll be a whole song because he can do those MIDI drums and whatnot, and he'll have a song like practically together.
MIDI drums.
MIDI drums. So like he can program them, and and we always put our own flavor on everything. I mean, and he's been really good about not being that guy that says, "Hey, you need to play it like this," or So, but he'll have an ideal, and but yeah, I know last count we were 14 or 15 songs in, and that's all original.
If y'all remember them all. If they remember them.
If we remember them all, yeah.
Songs at this point that feel set.
Yeah. If we get a 45-minute set, we're like, hey, what does a crowd?
What covers? What covers? If you did, what would do y'all?
We don't.
Are
even
you all
have,
against it?
We,
like I don't play covers,
right.
But
we literally don't have one cover. And the funny thing, and I love this about this band, is that I would be open to it. I know Jamie would be open to it, but Kristen is like, no. No.
I don't condone covers.
Oh man.
But
oh god.
But
I love
if you was bringing one to the band.
Oh, can I bring 2? Can I just bring 2?
Okay, what is it?
Okay. Yeah. Like hypothetically, so I love the song it's Drops to Jupiter by Train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song because I think we could make it so our own. Not a lot of people cover it.
Nobody covers.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Oh, but of course there's like She Talks to Angels. But okay. So also any like
Wait a minute, you said 2 now. I feel like
no. Okay. That was like a maybe one. But
these are on her wish list.
Yeah. But I love AC/DC. I'm a huge AC/DC fan, and
Mike's like a massive AC/DC.
Yes, I would love to do Highway to Hell. I would love to.
Well, and I will say with the AC/DC thing, there was like a friend of my stepbrother's, somebody who came in one time and played an AC/DC song, and the look on Kristen's face was, I can tell you flat out that is a no, hell no.
I got no. If you brought a cover to the band that you thought would work with her, like singing,
Oh, I mean, here's the thing.
Dan Rather.
Right. Well, anybody who knows me knows that like my, the style of music I like, generally everybody else doesn't like. So
nonsense.
No, I mean
everything I've ever heard you do.
Well, no, I'm talking about like on a cover version. So I mean, it might be some weird Tori Amos thing, or so but
Did you go with Tori Amos?
Oh God, yes, yeah. I mean, she's always been my favorite female vocal artist.
Do you think would be like?
Oh God, it could even be God, but yeah.
I know that's what I'm saying. That's what's cool. See, I feel like that we're getting some stuff. I feel like a therapist tonight. We're getting some stuff.
Well, we talked about too is like taking some of their songs and actually covering their songs, of taking them and then mixing them with a different style background. But basically, like, everybody's doing it. It's a mainstream thing on like YouTube and social media now, as people are taking songs and genre flipping them or changing the key.
Yeah, doing your own song
and making them their own thing.
They call it a remix version.
But they're remixing them. It's a big thing now. It's taking over the internet in a way, because there's not a lot of original artists anymore, which is sad in its own right. But a lot of people are doing some interesting shit with covers.
Well, doing something.
And we talked about doing it between us, like remixing their songs.
I don't, and like I said, I don't condone covers, but when people do covers, I like it when they do it like it's
right,
like a member of the band brought it to them.
Yeah.
And not like trying to just sound like,
of a different. It's not a copy. It's not them recreating an artist.
I remember another band I was in, and I'll stop this. I don't want to bad speak about anybody, but the conversation kind of went. Somebody needed money. And it was like,
speaking of that,
so we need to do some covers.
Are you holding any?
Right. So we need to do some covers, and we were talking about what covers we could do. And when I got the copy of that, it was just so demoralizing. I was like, no. I was like, and I was out of the band. That was my, that's it. I'm good.
It's like being a painter, and all you do is paint other people's paintings.
Right. And I was in cover bands a long time. I'm
not talking shit about people. It's very talented. When people can do like covers and get the crowd going and do it identical,
but a lot of
it's very talented. It's not what I'm into, but
right. And I mean, there are artists out there like the Velcro Pygmies, or isn't it Thunderstruck? Thunderstruck.
Yeah, they were supposed to have a show like this week or something.
Yeah, and I mean, they literally make it their own.
Yeah, that's cool when the band's
but we have me and Mike especially, I feel like, have a little bit of an issue sometimes where it's like, okay, we're going to play this original show, and then someone will come out and it's like,
oh, well, I mean,
play a couple songs.
Right. We're both promoters, and I know I've heard you speak on this, and it just,
I've got something to say.
Yeah, and it just, and with me, part of the deal with playing for me at Brewski's is, hey, I do your video and I do a remix, and ends up, I do everything I can.
You get the audio for everything.
Right.
Everything I've ever played that you run sound for, I've got whether I liked it or not, because you'll send me audio and I'm like, I know I really fucked up right there. You know what I'm saying? And then anyway,
right. But I mean, I out of love and it does, like I say, people don't see how much time I put into that.
Yeah, dude.
But but I really give my heart and soul, and it's become an issue lately that, and I'm not going to name a band or whatnot, but I'm getting these occasional cover bands that do one original song that come in for me and want the video so that they can use that and they'll promote themselves as a cover band from they did non-cover songs and one original, and I don't want that shit. I mean, because it's not fair to the rest of the band or the rest of the bands that played that didn't do 3 steps out. Right? Yeah. I mean, it just really Go ahead.
So I've, for the last 2 years, have done a Wednesday night show at Bourbon Barrel Tavern in E-Town called the SplatterTribe Wednesday Night Original Music Showcase.
Keyword original.
Yeah.
Same thing that goes up Mike Moody Music's original showcase.
I've actually changed my rules because of this, but it would always be like at the beginning, there would be like people playing, I guess they panic. And I'm not saying that, but they'll play a cover all of a sudden. Yeah. And I'm like, and then they'll laugh. They're like, everybody. And I'm sorry, I'm not calling individuals out, but nonetheless, y'all did this. But everybody would be like, I know I'm not supposed to play it, but I'm going to go and play it. It's never funny.
Right. It's not. And it's hard for people who spend a lot of time and emotion
and
hard work into these original songs, because I think sort of this unspoken rule is it's like everybody knows that cover song and nobody knows these originals yet, but if you throw off the vibe, so like here you are pouring your everything into these originals and people are vibing to it, and all of a sudden, oh, here's this other song that everybody's heard, and now everybody's kind of like, oh, well, I know this song. Doesn't mean they're more into it.
But
it's just they recognize
that, a lot
it.
of times, then they're like,
yeah, so it kind of creates a scatterbrained feeling.
To me, like, and this isn't dogging anybody. I mean, this is, like I said, like when people.
You don't want to dog anybody,
but
but yeah.
does covers, you know what I mean? That's what they do, and they do it awesome. But to me, like, if I do one, sometimes it's just a cheap pop. It's like I'm trying to get people attention for saying, like, look, I can do that, but I do it my own way.
It's an enticement, yeah. Like,
but then there is, you do
sometimes.
sometimes.
It comes down to marketing. It's a marketing thing. Like, if the market is so saturated with cover artists, at this point you have to do something to set yourself apart. But doing like an all original show, maybe it's like initially, if you're like a beginning artist, isn't enough to bring somebody because they don't know what they're hearing yet.
Yeah,
it's like you don't know what you're hearing yet. You know, it's like you're not willing, and people aren't willing to take chance. People aren't willing to like go out there and listen to an entire original set. They want to they're used to what's comfortable. So you have to kind of cater to that.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah.
And it sucks for like original artists because you really want to put your heart and soul into it, but you have to cater to your industry. Like,
I mean, it's if you do a cover, and I'll go back to what I was saying, like there are songs that it's cool. Like sometimes if I'm
make it your own, but when not,
night and we're all drinking and jamming and everybody gets up, yeah, it's cool to play certain songs. You know what I mean? It's fun, right?
Who drinks?
What?
Who drinks?
I feel like we should go to a song.
Yeah, by all means.
And then I got two things I want to talk about. I want to talk about. I still want to talk a little bit about your previous band, and I want to talk about your tattoo dealings and all that stuff. So.
Jellyfish, man.
Oh,
jellyfish.
Oh, God.
But I'm going to play a song from a previous member of Michael Moody's previous band. Red Bones was son of a card player, and then I'm going to Lethean Acoustic Wildfires. So we're gonna jam a little bit, and we'll be back. Don't go anywhere. It's the Splatter Tribe show on No Budget Radio.
Son, don't play them cards like your daddy done. 'Cause feeling good ain't no way to staying even. Ain't nobody been born to die to run this hard from. So don't play them cards like your daddy done. Son, don't drink that whiskey like your daddy drunk. Just feeling nothing, ain't no way to stay even. Bring a tear to your mother's eyes of being the demon done. Son, don't drink that mashy like your daddy done. Son, go find them praying knees before the night time falls. 'Cause every light that's shining bright is bound to kill your call. Get a little love's blood on you, be a wanted man by them all. Some go find them praying knees before the night time calls. play them cards like your daddy done. 'Cause feeling good ain't no way to feeling even. Ain't nobody been born to die to call him the evil one. Yeah, don't play them cards like your daddy done.
See what happens when you fuck the host up.
Hey. Charles' turn.
All right, that was Lithium with Wildfires. That was their electric version. This is Jamie from Kissing Aphrodite. I'm here with Luie Brangers, Mike Siegel, Mike Moody, and Chadwick. We're having a blast tonight. Thank you so much, Luie, for everything that you do for local original music, and thank you so much for having us. Kissing Aphrodite is so grateful. Check out these commercials.
That was perfect.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, and they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting's hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F. Face drooping. A. Arm weakness. S. Speech difficulty. T. Time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go. Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What? Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No. Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this. To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. Cool. Very cool. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Kept asking for tattoos. I'm like, hey, I'm not doing that right now.
Right? And so
we're live. SplatterTribe show on No Budget Radio, and we've got Let me adjust myself. My chair.
Are you adjusting yourself? Yeah.
My chair. But we've got Kiss and Aphrodite in here with me. And before the break, we played, I'm not sure what song we played before.
Lethe and Wildfires.
I know we played one before it, and I don't remember. But then I'll tag you. I'll tag you on Facebook.
Oh,
but that was Lethe and Wildfires. I said the acoustic version. It was not the acoustic version.
Electric.
It was the electric version. But that is a cool thing. They do like a killer electric version, and then they do an acoustic version that is so different.
The acoustic version.
And I like. I like the acoustic version. Like
yes.
It's epic. It's like the electric version is freaking awesome. You know what I mean? The acoustic version is epic, and that's songwriting. That's taking a song and doing it two different ways. That's why I love doing forcing people to do acoustic, like you are going to do when Bourbon Barrel Tavern opens back up. And I'm doing this
we want to do that very badly.
Now, here's the only rule. You bring whatever you just gotta have brushes.
You have brushes.
We'll figure it out.
Brushes. There's somebody used something the other night.
I've literally thought about doing an electric drum kit or something, so we can do it. We'll do something.
And I can't remember who it was, but somebody had drumsticks that was like some new drumstick that had just deadened it a little bit. I don't even know what it was. And I don't remember who did it. I don't remember.
You did a song recently, like you started out with brushes.
Yeah.
You know, not liking it, but you did.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. And I'm not starting to spread rumors because I have no idea, and I got static. I don't know what that's for. But with all this going on, I know Bourbon Barrel Tavern's been working on things. So what that means is there's a whole second section there.
Yeah. It's beautiful. That whole venue is beautiful
for years because just people not supporting each other. That's why it's been put on hold in my book. But it looks to me like they may be getting it lined out. And when this opens back up, whenever it does, it could be a whole game changer because it could be like full band.
Yeah, I remember you showed me the section. So I came down for your birthday, I think, last year, it is such a beautiful venue, and what you do every week is just
It's not every week anymore.
Well, I know, but I mean, we were both talking about as promoters that we needed a break, and then we got a break, and we're ready for it to fucking get
I'm
back
ready for it to be over.
Oh my God, yeah.
I just needed a little vacation, not a life-cation.
But yeah, and your venue is beautiful, and if you need any help, call me, dude. I'll be down there. We have done shows before, and we will do it again. Yeah, so there's never been an ego with me and you. So
no, I heard you're an asshole. But
you say that. He keeps on saying that. I really
I've never heard that before in my life.
Right. And I can't get him back down. I bought him pizza. I didn't charge him anything. I don't get it. But
I want to say I've never heard that before in my life. I've never heard anybody say Michael Moody's an asshole. I might not be hanging around the right people. I don't know.
There's one or
I've never heard that.
And I've had my personality issues with a couple of people on the scene. For the most part, I give way more than I get, and you do too. And that's is what it is. So if anybody does, fuck them. Who cares?
Yeah. I'm just saying. I heard he's an asshole.
I feel like you might have talked to Jen before the show.
Yeah. We're talking to my wife.
Yeah.
All right. We've got 25 minutes left on this show. What do you all want to talk about?
Well, we got this song we haven't played.
Never Again. Oh, well, yeah, there's definitely a good story behind that one.
I have that queued up.
Oh, there's quite a story behind that song. Okay. This song is actually about an ex-boyfriend.
I thought
which ironically we will never be together ever again.
In Florida.
Not in Florida. Oh. This is definitely a Kentucky story. So it was my birthday a couple years ago, and
I'm pretty sure it's every year.
But this one in specific was a couple years ago, and he had some mental issues. He was
ironically the same ones I had.
Right? Yeah. Just very.
Yeah, I tried to help the boy.
He did, yeah. And
was his name Mike or Michael?
Oh well. Okay.
Oh my God! I just touched on to
it wasn't So
everybody needs to stop right now and re-record.
Does your computer need another drink there, Louie?
Oh! He had a different last name than me.
Yeah, he did. Okay, but anyways,
he said he had a different last name. Well, I hope we all got different last names.
Oh God.
This is Michael. This is my cousin Michael. My cousin Michael.
I mean, it is Kentucky, right? No, but so he was just not in a great mood, and it was my birthday, and we had just woken up, and I was.
Would you say he was moody?
Oh my God, this is killing me. Well, he was very emotional.
Moody.
No.
Why don't we go to some lyrics?
No, but so some of the lyrics are, go ahead and set yourself on fire, and we get those lyrics because
that's I don't think there's no.
He literally set himself on fire.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, no, it was my birthday, and he woke up in a horrible mood, and I woke up, and of course it's my birthday, so I'm like, hey,
he woke up
moody.
Yeah.
Okay. I see where this guy. No, but he did. He woke up in a horrible mood, and I was like, hey, can you just let the dogs out? And he
let the dogs out.
Who?
Michael let the dogs out.
And when I asked him, that's the thing. When I asked him,
oh my God, we just solved it.
And when I asked him to let the dogs out, he picked up a lighter and lit his hair on fire.
What?
Yeah, in bed. It was first thing. I will never forget that birthday.
I feel like if somebody asked me to let the dogs out, I'd probably let the dogs out.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, man, it's your girl's birthday. Like, y'all are waking up. It was my birthday. I woke up my birthday morning. Because here's the thing, like, anybody who knows me knows I jump out of bed. Like, I'm a million miles an hour all day long. But I'm like that. It could be.
I do that, but what happens when I jump is I hit the floor. That's totally what happens.
She is ready to go and has a plan before she
always, like a million miles an hour. And so I just didn't feel like it. Like, I probably physically felt like it, but it was my birthday. I just wanted to, like, hey,
and
can you let it's my and I did. I mean, once his hair was on fire, because
how many times were you together, back together?
It was a few times.
Okay.
4 times reality.
I gotta know an answer for myself, because I know if anybody's listening, they're gonna wonder. What was the rationality about the hair on fire? Was that ever described? Does anybody know what that was about?
Honestly, and I don't want to take like a very serious turn here, but
we're talking like
mental disorders are a real thing, and I mean I don't want to like go too deep or whatever, but people rationalize how they do, and he did have some really bad emotional issues, and what happened was that was just kind of like his way of protesting, because the truth is, like, when you love someone
the fucking dogs
and you light your hair on fire, the dogs need to pee and you're lighting your hair on fire,
they don't want to go out,
right?
So you let the dogs out.
So I let the dogs out ultimately.
Jamie let the dogs out.
I did.
Who?
But yeah, it was not a good day. It was, but we wrote a song about it, and it is one of my favorites.
It's like
because it's never ever again, never again.
Is there anything about the
because we got together, broke up.
Because if you don't have anything about the dogs being let out in this song,
if you can't let my dogs out, this is a never again situation. Yeah, they're great dogs.
Let's do it. This is Kissing Aphrodite. Never again. You're listening to SplatterTribe show. On No Budget Radio.
I already know what you've done when you look at me
Have you seen our loop?
That snake is so
He doesn't. Yeah, we have bearded dragons, but that's it.
It's like none of them knows that they're speaking into a mic right now.
Oh shit! I was just about to tell you some illegal pets I have, but never mind.
The SplatterTribe show on No Budget Radio. That was Never Again.
No, never again.
By Kissing Aphrodite.
Yeah.
I feel like there might be a story about Never Again.
Oh God.
I mean, we haven't talked about it. It's like
Didn't we just talk about it?
No, that we were playing a song while we were talking about it.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure. Are you sure that wasn't on air?
Speak, Jamie.
Oh no.
Hey, I'm looking at. There's 3 other people in this room. Like, decide who's right on this. I don't know. I think we didn't talk. Do I?
I thought we did.
I
don't think we did, but that's
I
all
think,
right.
yeah.
No, I think you're trying to get out of it. That's all right.
No,
I
serious.
got you. Put it on the host. I got you.
No.
I got you. All right. Hey, let's talk about. We got like about 17 minutes left on this show. By the way, we haven't talked about Dookie. Dookie is coming up next with Liquid Encouragement, and you cannot encourage
Liquid
that anymore than this show is doing. Anyway, we got to.
I feel like your computer's drunk more than you have.
Yeah, this is true.
See if I go on like a 2-week hiatus because I don't have a computer. I'm gonna blame it on like, oh man, the shit's crazy in the world right now. Oh. Y'all just spoiled that. Appreciate it. I swear to God, I'm deleting everything.
He's always blaming shit, ain't he?
No, all right, I got 2 questions.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about Rust and Bones, and we're gonna talk about tattooing.
Okay.
Good.
So Michael Moody's got the mic right there.
All right.
And man, what was it like transitioning from like Rust and Bones, like a blues, and then going into what you are? And
it was a journey for me in that I had so much freedom to play what I wanted to play, and I love those guys. I'm sure we'll play again. It's there's no
I say that because that's how I met you. That's
right. And that picture circulated on Facebook the other day, and it really kind of warmed my heart. It was Phoenix Hill, and it was
Eddie Metalson.
Yes, Eddie. Actually, the guitar player for the bass player for Catechus actually got with one of the other members' sisters, and they married, and they've had a kid since. So all kinds of cool cool things happened since that picture. Just wow, absolutely, I love those guys, and we'll probably do something in the future. It was just really hard to. It wasn't hard, but it was. If it wasn't for the recording that I've done, where I'm constantly listening to myself.
Listen, have you settled down on that? Like, you want to record everybody that wants to record, but you don't have a lot of time. Is that something? And I think that right. Do you feel like we were in? I know I jumped on a whole another conversation, but you're recording anybody. Coming at you that ass, right?
Yeah, I mean, generally, if I have the time, I was backlogged for a little while, between and so many different genres, seek me out, whether it's metal, whether it's folk, whether it's and I've been blessed in that I just do everybody, and people.
But
come
you can't
to me.
do that forever.
No, I can't. Yeah. I mean, right. There's a limit to because I work a full-time job. But hearing myself from
local musicians.
Yeah. from your original question, from your original question, just hearing what I was able to get away with Rust and Bones, and what I'm, what I get away with these guys is different in the mindset. You serve the song, and I was serving the song and having fun, and with these guys, it's a different element, and I love it still. I mean, it's just
That's why, I mean, it is different, but
not many people are able to not many people are able to play jazz and blues and pop and I've been blessed in that
Steven right there to me looks perfect. Like what you all have.
Cool. I'll have to send you a file of some of the. And Jamie was in this band. She was the third singer in this band with Steven. And it was my first band with Steven. We had three.
Who in the hell was the first two?
It was called Falling Sky, and we had two singers, and Jamie was the third, and then it imploded. But there. No, not because absolutely not. No, no. Right, no.
Did she join?
Right. Well, right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
Well,
That sounds so good, bro.
Singer number one. Okay, anybody who knows Steven, he's a vegan. He's a professor in medical ethics.
And then when he writes lyrics,
no. He literally, the first singer we had, he pissed him off so bad that Steven chased him out of my warehouse. He was going to kick his ass. So, right, he's a philosophy professor, and he was so mad. He was so mad at singer number one. He was going to beat the shit out of this guy, and we had to hold him back.
Wait a minute. So, what was the name of this band again?
Falling Sky.
Okay.
So that was singer number one.
So you all have played together before.
Yeah.
See,
so
that's something I didn't know.
Well, and then singer number two, that imploded, and then Jamie came in for this train wreck, and that's why she didn't want to play in original bands, because this band was such a, it was good, but it was just we had so many, like, we were just mad at each other all the time, and I feel like I spoiled the well, in that, and then so when we came back, so yeah, it's just I've been lucky to play in all kinds of bands and whatnot.
And listen, we've got about 11 minutes left before Dookie takes over with Liquid Encouragement. And we could carry on about this conversation. It's so cool.
Yeah, there's a lot to
I want to get some promotion out for. Listen, Jamie's got more to do with just the music. She does some tattooing, and let's talk about what, like, anybody that doesn't know that. What's
okay? Yeah, so. Me and my best friend, Glow Parker, we are starting a tattoo shop called Treasure Ink. It's on 2707 South 7th Street.
And you've already been tattooing for a while?
Yeah, I've been tattooing for 4.5 years. Glow has over 15.5 years experience. We are so excited. We have an amazing shop that we're in the process of building. Actually, the COVID-19 has, it's done a lot of damage, but it also has given, I feel like, humanity a break for a while to kind of prioritize what's important. And for us,
time to do,
that's definitely been the shop. And so we're working on building the shop, and underneath it we have this amazing 1,200 square foot basement, which we're turning into a music venue called the Sirens Club, and we are so stoked about that.
I'm just saying, you came on my radio show. Can I get a tattoo here?
Yes.
For $10?
For free. How about free?
That was a joke, because tattoo artists deal with a lot, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's, you know what though, it's so wonderful, because I know a lot of artists who kind of get burnt out, because every time you go out, every time you go to a bar.
What was the first tattoo you ever did?
Oh, the first tattoo I ever did. Wow. I was scared, I have anxiety like a lot of people, and I just remember the pressure. And so this thin guy comes in. He's probably maybe 130 pounds, 5'8". No skin. I mean, he's all bones. Yeah. And he comes in and he lays down, and I had just gotten a thigh piece done by the person I learned to tattoo from.
You had or he had?
I had gotten a thigh piece. Okay. And I was, so my, the guy who gave me an apprentice was like, "Are you ready to tattoo?" And I thought, dude, I've been practicing on fruit, but fuck yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, let's do this. It's not fruit. Fuck yeah. And this guy comes walking in like Mr. Bones over here, fucking straight up from Operation or some shit, lays down on the table, and he's like, "I want it on my collarbone." And I'm like, "Oh no."
You mean that bone that's hitting me in the face right now?
Right. And he wanted a word that was 2.5 inches big, and he wanted it to say loyalty in cursive. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, anybody who tattoos out there, anybody who does tattoo artwork or anything knows what a challenge it is to fit cursive in a small space right underneath someone's bone, especially when they're bone thin. And I did it, and I will never forget it. My boss turned to me and he goes, "You've already been doing this, haven't you?" And I said, "No, dude, I've been practicing on fruit, but I worked my ass off, because I was so paranoid about putting something on someone.
I know, that's
and having it not be perfect.
Yes, that's.
And I'll never forget that. And it said loyalty, and it was awesome. It was a great feeling.
Where's this dude at? Where's your? You need to post your tattoo.
It's on my Facebook page. You can also go to Treasure Ink on Facebook. Treasure Ink Tattoos on Facebook.
Yes, and Treasure Ink Tattoos.
Yeah, on Facebook. Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram.
And Instagram, and when this stuff ends.
Yeah.
Then it's giving you time to get all this right.
Glow Parker is definitely your gray, your black and gray artist for sure. She does a lot of traditional work.
What would be your specialty?
I love cover-ups. I love color, and I love cover-ups. I don't like.
Does it bother you? Do you analyze it and you want to make sure you got everything?
You know what started me on cover-ups? Okay, so I am a perfectionist. But what really started me on cover-ups is that if you're into tattoos at all, usually you have a tattoo that you've lived with for a long time that you're not crazy about, and it means more to you to probably cover that up and get something that doesn't look like a cover up that you actually look down and love every day. And that's what got me on it. I mean, I have people that come to me and literally cry. Like, they'll get, you know, their handwriting from someone who's passed on, their mother, their father, a loved on, a child, you know, whatever it is. And those are the tattoos, the sentimental ones, or the cover-ups.
It's like a shading thing, right? To do the cover-ups.
I always call it like an illusion, because if it's an optical illusion. If you can do a cover-up without using a lot of dark colors, it's an optical illusion. It's under there, but it's so well hidden by so many distractions, you know.
And you kind of
basically tricking yourself into seeing what the artist wants you to see.
Yeah, I mean,
what's there, and you don't
it's
want
a hard
someone
thing,
to look
and
down.
there's probably a lot of artists that don't even want to attempt it, because especially with dark colors, you know, like I would like my whole left arm almost redid. But anyway,
I got you. I know a girl.
But it's like,
you couldn't see the wink, but it was there. Yeah.
But no, it's I
tattoos are more than skin deep, and that's definitely some of our logos and slogans.
So you never wanted to do that until you just like it just kind of got blended.
I always had an eye for tattoos. I always thought they were beautiful.
Now, did you always like do art?
Always,
draw?
my whole life.
Yeah.
Before I could write.
Did you write poetry?
I did for a long
time. I'm working in the lyrics.
Yeah, I did.
And then the tattoo art.
Yeah, I was definitely when I was a kid, what I would draw a picture and then put like words in there that I liked, or sentences that I liked, or song lyrics that I liked. And then as I grew up, it was like I would do my own original drawing and then put in like some lyrics that I had written.
I feel like the correlation between your like artistry and music and your artistry and tattooing goes a little bit further than that. It's a lot about like you want the person that you're giving it to, whether it be a tattoo or putting the lyrics out in a song, you want the people to relate to it, and then you want them to leave with something.
But yeah, I definitely want it to feel like authentic. I don't want you to feel like you're going to come to me and say you hate something on your body, you know.
If I came to you right now for a tattoo that you just, like, what would be the one that you'd be like, oh, my God?
I mean.
Like, if I was like, I need this right here. And you're like, oh, my God. Okay.
You know what? Right now, it's the COVID-19 ones.
Oh, my God.
The toilet paper
are
with
people
the COVID-19.
doing that?
Yes, people are. And it's like, I'm not, you know, I'm big into like offensive things. Like,
what
I like
the hell is
jokes,
wrong?
And I like offensive tattoos. And there's a lot of offensive shit that I like. But there are people literally out there still dying, which is not funny. I'm only laughing because I'm drunk. But like, there are people. Yeah. No, but. I just don't feel like it's appropriate to have a roll of toilet paper on your arm when people can't buy it. You know what I mean? Like.
And with that, this is my last chance with my nightmare. You listen to SplatterTribe show on No Budget Radio. Hey, your mic is on, people. Your mic is on. SplatterTribe show on No Budget Radio. That was my last chance of my nightmare. I'm going to tell you what I tell you every week. Listen, support local music, support local art, support local business. Take care of yourselves from the ground up, and the sky will never be the limit. You do that by supporting yourselves, and you support yourselves by supporting local. I've got Kissing Aphrodite that has got about what? I'm going to wait. Hold on.
Wait for it.
30 seconds.
Oh. Thank you, Luie Brangers, for having us so much. We absolutely appreciate this.
I like going by Bringers, by the way.
Oh, what?
No.
What? Are you doing that? What? Wait.
No, I'm saying, go. No.
Is this the whiskey on his computer?
Y'all got
the whiskey that got spilled.
Y'all got 10 seconds.
So thank you so much for having us, man. It's always a pleasure to come down here. You do a great job. We love to be a part of it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you all so much. This is a really cool
awesome
2 hours.
Here.
It was
this
a really
killer.
cool 2 hours. Mike Siegel, say something loud. Hurry up, end it. SplatterTribe show on No Budget Radio. Dookie's coming up next with Liquid Encouragement. I can't imagine what he's going to do on his show. Good lead in.